Okay, let's conclude the week and chapter 2 by looking at calculation of zakat. This is a peculiarly, uniquely Islamic arithmetic problem. So first, a little bit about the currency. So back in the Abbasid and Umayyad dynasties, the basic unit of currency was the dirham. And so on the left there, you see a nice silver dirham from Harun al-Rashid. And you have 60 fils make one dirham. So fils is usually would be some kind of copper coin. So there. So the singular of fils is fulus, supposedly. Okay. So the reason why we look at this is it's part of the 5 pillars of Islam. So this is the kind of religious obligations of any good Muslim. There's the Shahada, the profession of faith, Salat, praying towards Mecca 5 times a day, alms, which we'll be talking about, the zakat, fasting during Ramadan, and pilgrimage to Mecca at least once in your life. So zakat is payable each year at the rate of 1 in 40. So it's like a 2.5% tithe or tax rate, if you like. So this is all going towards the upkeep of widows and orphans. So you would think that it's a simple arithmetic problem, just simple division by 40. But it's an important thing. So it is an example that is in all the medieval Islamic arithmetic books. So it's a special case. And so they come up with special algorithms to compute this. So we're going to look at what was the method of Abu Mansur al-Baghdadi, writing in the 11th century. So this is 100 years on from Kushar, who remember was like 100 years on from al-Khwarizmi. They're still doing the same problems, but they're just kind of embellishing them, coming up with new ones, etc. So the way that he does it is he actually calculates the amount you have left after paying the zakat. And a strange feature is that he uses base 40 fractions. It kind of makes, it's easy because you're dividing by 40. Okay, but then of course you've got to convert back to base 60 afterwards. Okay, so let's have a look at an example. Okay, so let's have a look at the problem. Let's say that you have, as your wealth, you have 9,751 dirhams and 30 fils. Okay, so we're going to do this in base 40 fractions. So actually that's of course going to be 9, 7, 5, 1, 20, because 20 in base 40 is the same as 30 in base 60 as a fraction. So 20 is how we do a half. Okay, so now we just start reducing things by 40. So what do? So first, this method actually works from right to left. So we've got to take a 40th of the 20. Well, the 40th of 20, of course, is a half. So we have to reduce a half. So this is 20 becomes 19 and a half, which is 1920. So this is in base 40, and we still have 9751. Okay, now we work on the 1. 1/40th of 1 is a 40th. So we reduce things by a 40th, and that's actually pretty easy because that now becomes 9751, 18, 20. Okay, now we work on the 5. 50 divided by 40 is 1 1/4. So we subtract 1 1/4. So we subtract 1 1/4, and this becomes 9, 7, 5, 0, 8, 20. Now we work on the 7. 700 divided by 40 is the same as 70 divided by 4, which is 17.5. So now we subtract 17.5 from this, which is 1720. So if we subtract 20 from the 8, well, we've got to carry a 1, so that's a 28. What is it? No, that's a 48. 48 minus 20 is 28. And then we've got to remove 18 from above because we borrowed a 1. So this is 9, 7, I said 18 to 9, so 32. Okay, and then finally, well, not finally because we still have to do the conversion back, we do work on the 9,000. 9,000 divided by 40 is 900 divided by 4, which is 225. So now we subtract 225 from that. So the 28 and the 20 remain the same. Subtract 225. 2 minus 5, we get to 7. So now we have to subtract 23. So we have 5, 0, 9. Okay, and now we've got to convert back to base 60. So 28 on 40 equals what? 60. So you see that we have to multiply the 28 by 3 halves. 60 on 40 times 28 is 42. And then I've got to convert the 20. So that's 20 divided by 40 squared equals x divided by 60 squared. So I've got to take the 20 and I've got to multiply it by 3 halves squared. And this was actually a sticking point for some people. They made the mistake of only having to multiply by 3 halves. So if we multiply 20 by 3 halves squared, we get 45. And so when we convert it back to base 60, 9507 42, sorry, 45. So after paying the zakat, the person has 9,507 dirhams and 42 3/4 fils. Okay, a little bit strange, but there you go.